Good morning, everyone. It's just past 9 a.m. on the Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day. I was thinking we had thought about going back fishing because the forecast showed that we were having rain the rest of this week. Well, I'm going to have to look deeper into that because right now it is beautiful, sunny, hot. And I think that's what kind of got us yesterday, that maybe we should have picked a less sunny day. Um, Getting out doing that, it just seems like we have better luck when it's cloudy. So we may go back later today and try our hand at fishing. Anyway, I'm sorry I was a little late. I had to take my Monjaro. I was getting ready to. I have a alert that comes up to remind me. I forgot all about it. So please forgive me for that. Hi, Possum, Ruth Ann, JP, Dave. Hi, John. Hi, Skippy Ruru. Yes, MRH, I did. Since you didn't give me any way to contact you, because I would have told you this in private, I would have told you that I was considering it. But since you felt I didn't need your contact information, your phone number, WhatsApp, email, what have you, uh, this this is how you find out. This is how you find out. And yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Hi, Linda. Hi, Ruth Ann. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Fiona. Hi, JP. Um, oh, Dave's got laryngitis. See, I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of remedy for all of you who's suffering with your voice, losing your voices. Hi, Petra. So, today I wanted to go over something that was said. Um, Someone in Baltimore seems to think that she is part of our community, but she really never was. All she's ever been is a troll channel. She's not Mexit. She was never Mexit. So we, to be honest, we either came from Trevor's or Fiona's or someone else's in the Mexit community. Baltimore was never a Mexit channel. So when she says that we are not part of the community, no, she is not part of the community. She never was. She asserted herself as a troll. Her channel was built as a troll. She says that she started her channel because she wasn't free, that people were being blocked. Just because someone has a channel and it's public, it's not public because content creators choose it to be public. I think most people would like to have more control who is able to even come into our channels or view our channels. We don't have as many options as we do on other platforms. Whenever you're banned from speaking, it's because you're only there to cause trouble. There's nothing that comes from you or others that's productive to the channel or the chat. You simply troll. And it's as if you feel like you have a right to be on our channels. You have no right. And we do whatever we can to take any, we can't prevent you from watching videos, but we can prevent you from being in the chat. We can prevent you from commenting under our post, even if you have sock accounts, because we will simply remove you time and time and time again. So let's be clear on that point. You were not ever any time part of this community. I stated in the beginning where I came from. I came off of Fiona and Trevor's. I followed others too. I've stated that many times. Baltimore, I didn't come from your channel. You were a troll channel. And I knew that when I went over there, just as everyone else did. Now, I feel better being clear about that. Hi, Jules. JP said, I heard said person believes Rocker. Oh, yes. That's funny, JP. Rocker sure can be so many people, can he? Yeah, yeah. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, Fiona. It never did. Just now that's funny right there. Baltimore doesn't know the difference between Ireland and Scotland. That's funny, 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 funny. Yeah, I do too. I love Rocker. I really do. I even love Watcher of Crazy. And she's only trying to talk nice about Watcher of Crazy for now, because give it a week and she'll be calling her a cow and mocking her and disparaging her just like she always did. Give it a week. Right now, Baltimore feels vulnerable because she sees that we all have caught on to her, but it's to her own detriment, behaving the way she has, and never sorry for anything. And if she ever says I'm sorry, she's not. It's just words. It's words to cover it at that moment. It's words to get her out of the fix she's in at that moment. And give her some time between when she says it till she feels like doing another live. And in between, it can be 6 hours, it can be 8 hours, it can be 10 hours, it can be 24 hours. But just give it time, and she's going to go right back to what she always was, just as other people who appear on her panel. So, do I believe she is fond of Watcher of Crazy? Of course not. But she's having to pretend because so many people from over Eric's and on this side. And rather than correcting it, she digs her heels in. And so many times I tried to get her to correct it up here. I thought if I just give her enough grace, and she was convincing. I have to say that she can be very convincing. But being convincing and being sincere are two different things. Hi, Odette. Odette. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Fiona. It's like she's trying to be part of something, you know. It's like, oh, I want to be part of something. All she is, she's a poacher. She's a poacher. You know what? I went fishing yesterday. It's like people going to your pond or lake fishing to take something out of your pond. It's not because they like fishing. It's just that they want to take what they don't have. And you know what? Those people only go over there to hear the breakdowns, the meltdowns, the bashing. You know, that's the only reason they go there. It's not because she offers any constructive advice or any constructive uh uh content, Fiona. It's simply because she her behavior and the drama that she creates from it. Just like she has this past week, just about every live she's been on, she's cried. Hi, Kay. Let's see. Yeah, she does. Yeah, she deserves it. And there's no one on YouTube who does a channel. And just because you have YouTube, you don't have. Okay, let me. I'm trying to find a way to say this because it's something that someone said. Some people think just because they have YouTube and they can access get on YouTube, that it gives them a right to go on people's channels and say anything they want to. That they somehow have that right and that they shouldn't be silenced, regardless of what they say or how many times they say it. Just because you're on YouTube doesn't give you rights over other people's channels. If you want say something, you go to your channel and say it. If you want to call someone out, go to your channel, call them out. It doesn't mean that you can come over here and do it. I love people's to come in here, and there's a lot of people that say things that I may not agree with, but they don't do it in a way of trolling behavior, and they don't do it in the form of attacks. They give their opinion. Those people who I have blocked are blocked because they come here and they attack. They don't give any type, it's not like you're forming your opinion. No, it's not your opinion. It's accusations and attacks. That's all it is. And it's over the same thing repeated over and over and over. And you think that you can tell me who I can have on my panel and in my chat. And you think that I have control over what other people say when they come on my panel. Or that I can tell them what they can say or can't say. Let me tell you something. I'm an American. We have freedom of speech. We have a lot of freedoms. Our amendments give us the right to say what we want to. Just like it gives me the right to have who I want up here and who I don't want up here. If I don't want you up here, you're not coming up here. Let's get that straight. And who are you to tell me who I can have up here and what they are allowed to say? Go to your channel and say it. You're right, John. They are not Baltimore approved. Hi, Craig. Oh, gosh. I'm supposed to get permission. I'm supposed to get permission from people. Y'all can just stay off my channel. That's right. You don't even have to come over here. Thank you, Rethan. Yeah, yeah. You know, she's no one. There's no one over there. None of them over there. You know, they say what they want. And as long as I, you know what's funny, Fiona, as long as I went along with them or uh, pacify them, they're fine. But the moment I went against something they said, oh, that was it. That was it. As if my mind has to, and my opinions have to be formed around theirs. We can't have different opinions. Yes, that's it, Jess. That's exactly it. Hi, Moj. It's nice to see you. Hi, Butterfly Kisses. Oh, Butterfly Kisses. Did you know Baltimore hates you? She does. She hates you. Let me see if I have my little thing. There's my little thing. These are things that came out of Baltimore. Butterfly Kisses. All this is these are the things that came out of Baltimore. You know where Baltimore is, don't you? In Maryland? These are all things that came out of Baltimore. And these are, I hate butterfly kisses. But you know what's funny, butterfly kisses? She hated you yesterday, but all of a sudden she has a fondness for Watcher of Crazy. But it's only because she feels like she can use Watcher of Crazy. she's not really fond at all of watching her crazy. She still feels the same way she does, but she's having to say these things. You know, tomorrow she won't hate you anymore, butterfly kisses. She'll have to hate someone else because it's always someone. There always has to be someone in her sights. Yesterday it was you. Yeah, Kay, that's right. I mean, always. It's always been that way. And you know what? Oh, yeah, that's it. She went from liking you to hating you because Eric asked you to mod for him again. Good for you. And you know what? What, what did I just read that I wanted to? Yeah, yeah. And really, it went on longer than 2 years, Jules. It really did. Um, and and it's what Kay said. She uses people. She she didn't. This is her. As long as you come to her chat and give her a view, that's all she cares. And you know what? I think a lot of us fall into the trap of listening because most of us, we grew up with television and film and in entertainment, kind of like our like my parents. I remember my parents saying when they came up, they listened to the radio, and in the evenings they would have radio programs, and in the day they did too, but it was like soaps. But they would have more humorous things in the evenings, and they would gather around and listen to the radio. And I think since socialism sells, it always has. And people, will stop. They will pause just to hear what someone says. What is said, what can be said, who's next in line. Well, now it's not. She doesn't target just one person. Like it's not like just one person she talks about. Now she, like yesterday, there was a list of people. She had a whole list of people. She mentioned Fiona and Candor and Trevor and Jules and Eric, Butterfly Kisses, Odette, JT, Munchie, MRH. Now her subject matter has expanded. And she mentioned other people as well. And I think that's because, oh, and I left myself off, didn't I? Yeah, yeah, left myself off. But the thing is, now it takes her talking about more people to keep people interested. You see what I'm saying? Before, in the beginning, it was Fiona, 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 Trevor, 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 Fiona, Trevor, Fiona, Fiona, Trevor, 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 Fiona, 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 Trevor, Trevor, oh, Fiona. It. This was it. What more can she say that she hasn't already said about Fiona or her family? What is left to say? Hot cup of tea? Oh, Kathy. I'm sorry, Kathy. Hi, Carrie. Is Carrie here? Let's see. I don't see Carrie. But do y'all understand what I'm saying? She's having to expand her list of people to go after because she's already covered the same things about Fiona. Well, at least, well, it's been longer than 2 years, but on her, like her channel's been like 2 years. On because she has two channels, and now she's got to go and she's got to pull other people in. Oh, another one she used to talk about was Blair. So yeah, she wants you isolated, Fiona. That's exactly what she's strived at. Oh, Odette, yeah. I didn't see her. Um, yeah, but butterfly kisses. That's her mo. It's always the same. That's how she used to do over here. She got Trevor to unblock her, and this was late at night. Well, the next morning by 9 o'clock, she was on a live going after him again. She would get up here on the panel with Fiona and she would apologize profusely over and over to the point that Fiona would say, stop apologizing. And she would do it many times. I mean, on different lives, she would do it. And she even did it over the telephone. We had a 3-way conversation, Fiona, Baltimore, and myself. And the next the next time she was speaking to her group over there, every time she would slag her off again. And it didn't matter who was over here. It never mattered. Never mattered what she said. When she got over there with her little group, she would do it all over. And then then it hit me. A lot of things that she says is is for them. She curates her channel and the things she says around the people she's talking to. She come over here and everything would be different. She would just be different. Even on the telephones. She was even different on the phone as she was over here on my panel. I never knew which Baltimore I was going to get. I didn't know if I was going to get the inner city or the suburbs of Baltimore. I never knew. Never did. Okay, Ruthann. Hi, Ava. But to hear Baltimore save it, she's there to save the day. She was only trying to save people. I never knew that we needed saving. Yeah, Dave. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. Fiona, you see what Dave said? Yes. Exactly this. Well, it's like I told Fiona. I said, Fiona, none of that's going to happen with us. I said, look, you may stop talking to me, but I'm going to be showing up on over there on your channel anyway. So, and I said, you know what, Fiona, the only way that we can separate is if we allow it. That's the only way. That's the only way. It's not going to be someone else. Hi, Mike. Well, Fiona, you know what? That wouldn't even really work when you think about it, because they would attack anyway. They get their claws into something and they just hold on to it. They hold on to their hate, their animosity, their grudges. They thrive on it. That's what it is. They thrive on it. Hi, Linda Krill. Good morning. And you know what I realized too? I realized that, you know, in my life, would they be my friends anyway? No, no. The people who I pushed away, they even in my real life, I would not have them as friends. So why would I have to endure them here? And I never go to listen, I go to Baltimore because I want to hear what she's got to say. Didn't I tell her I would do that? Because I love Baltimore. I've been to Baltimore. I've been to Baltimore. And I actually like Baltimore. But all these other people, I never go to their channel. I never have anything to, just have nothing to do with them. All the people over there on her channel, I never go to their channel ever. It's not even in my search. But they think enough of me, they come over here. You know what Butterfly Kisses? She always attacks people personally. Hi, Fluffy Kitten. Oh my gosh, it's good seeing you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's lovely to have you here. So lovely. Let's see. Kindness doesn't work. Yeah, yeah, and I think the thing I don't like, and I never have liked, is going after people. If it's I don't like people attacking people because of their race, their looks, their weight, their um, accent, where they are, where they come from in the world, their sexuality, on personal levels like that. I just, I don't, I just never like people being attacked like that. Um, but it's always, okay. This is the way I see it. Like yesterday, she said, Odette is ugly. Why, why would a woman say that about another woman? Even a guy. And I really hate it, like when men go after women's looks. I really do. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, why do we have to do that? I mean, what? It says more about the person saying it, because you all know how I feel about Odette. Y'all all know how I feel. But the thing is, when they've got nothing else, that's where they go. If it's Butterfly Kisses Wait or Watch Her Crazy. I mean, it's even the things said about her. And I remember getting on the phone with her twice. Getting, getting on the phone with Baltimore saying, you're better than that. You should never say that about a woman. And then she has to justify it. There's no justification for it. And then I realized I was wrong. That I was wrong. When I said, you are better than that, I was wrong. Because she's not better than that. That is who she is. I was trying to put her up someplace that she didn't belong. I was trying to lift her up rather than keeping her down. And it hit me. She doesn't belong up there. She belongs down there where she is. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I must I mistakenly confused her with someone else because she was slow, and that's where she belongs. And you cannot correct someone who doesn't want to be corrected. And it's hard to correct a woman almost 45 years old. In a couple of months, she'll be 45 years old. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this too, and because I'm saying all this about women, but I also don't think men should be targets either on a personal level, as how they look, or what they weigh, or where they're from, or the color of their skin. This same applies to men, and I know I sound like I'm just focusing on women, but the same goes for men. And I don't care what man is in our community. I don't think they should be going after for their looks either. And it's like I said before, I really, I don't find, you know what, every one woman. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and say this. I said everyone that I've seen to me looks beautiful, except for one woman. Fiona, you know who I'm talking about. Remember the sound effects on my live the other night? It's someone that looks very much like that. And when the mask fits, you must quit. And the mask fit. Y'all remember those sound effects? Mm-hmm. That's it. The pig noise. Remember that? Oh, that same noise was on Jules. I have no idea where that comes from. It wasn't me because I wasn't even up there. I wasn't even up there on Jules. I was down in there and I said, "Is that a pig noise I hear?" That's that same noise that was on mine. Okay, Kathy. I didn't even see Eric. Is Eric here? I didn't even see. I didn't even see you, Eric. I'm sorry. You won't see him. He's blocked. Who blocked Eric? Why's he blocked? Let me scroll up. How did he get blocked? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I got the. I'm gonna have to look. I can't. I can't believe he's blocked. StreamYard only lets me scroll up so far. This StreamYard needs to change. Hi, Pamela. No, I've gone up as far as I can, and I don't see Eric at all. Hi, Mean Green. It's good to see you.
What's up?
Hi,
Can you hear me?
hi, Eric. Yeah. I don't know why you're blocked.
Yeah, my all my accounts are blocked. My real account, my Watch Your Crazy account got blocked, but that's not Watch Your Crazy anymore. It's Mean Green, and I don't know if my other accounts blocked my other backup channel, but yeah, somehow I got blocked. I don't know how.
Well, I'm going to look into it and unblock you because I can't figure out how you got blocked.
Yeah, I could guess.
Just the other day, I saw you in my room, like the day before yesterday,
Yeah, I don't know. Some people
on
like
my
blocking
channel.
people. You know what I mean?
Well, I will unblock you, and please, in future, don't block Eric.
Got to
I don't.
strip them wrenches.
I wish it would tell you like who blocked who. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh,
with because I don't know how.
I
Because
don't
the
know.
thing
I don't
is,
know. I
well,
came in. I made a
well
comment.
now
Nobody said
Candor's
nothing.
yeah now Candor is not a mod, so Candor could not have blocked you here on my channel.
Yeah, I don't know. You might have somebody came in under a troll account and you gave them a wrench or something. You never know.
No, no, I didn't. As a matter of fact, I saw on my list of mods this morning,
Did you
and
block me? Did you block me because I was letting people know that you had that dance instructor video going on?
no, no, because you love my moves. How could I block you when you love my moves so much? No, I haven't blocked you, but Candor didn't because Candor he doesn't he's not a mod in here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who did. Who knows? All right, let me jump down. Let me jump down. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I promise I'll unblock you,
All right, all right.
and
Thank you.
I'll you're welcome, and we'll see you over on your chat because you're going to go live today, right? Or are you? Oh, I think he dropped. I think he dropped down. I don't know. I don't know who would have blocked. And he's right because when I scrolled up, I couldn't see Eric at all. See, I hate having to go look in through my stuff to unblock people. Okay. Okay. Now Eric will be live in an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you, butterfly kisses. Well, see, on Restream, like on my Restream, if someone's blocked on Restream, um, if someone's blocked on Restream, it's only for that time. It's not. I don't know. I don't know, Fiona. I really don't. Was he using the name Harriet again today? Possum. The thing is, Candor is not a moderator, so he wouldn't be able to block anyone. Have a great time at the beach, Fiona. Oh, there's Eric. Well, he's not blocked now. Oh, that's so strange. Thank you, Kathy. I I don't know what all that was. It could have been a glitch. It could have been a glitch with StreamYard. Thank you, Pamela. Possum, listen, Possum, stop. Stop it. It wasn't Candor that blocked Eric. Eric's not blocked here now. I think it was a glitch. So let's not keep pulling Candor in. I mean it, Possum. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's all okay. I wish Lee would come in here. Lee, where are you? Above for me? He's blocked again. Are you serious? What is going on? Jess says Sunday school, she's got a teacher voice on today. Oh, Jess. Oh, Lord, I'm just so confused. I don't know. Who is doing this? It has to be StreamYard. Because I think if one of my mods blocked somebody, they would just come out and say I did it. Because that's how they are. They just straight up. You know, my mods don't, they don't, none of them play games or anything. I think it's StreamYard. A mod cannot be in the chat and do it. I think it's StreamYard. None of my mods would do that. Yeah, and I don't see anything. I don't see anything where Eric's been blocked. And Odette said that her last comment disappeared. Let me go up and see if I can see Odette's last comment. I don't know. I think it's StreamYard. Mike says that he can fix. What can you fix, Mike? No, Jules, you're not blocked. I see you. I see you. I'll be damned. I'm blocked now. Oh my God, I'm blocked. What is going on? I'm blocked. How am I blocked off my own live? Mike, I don't even know you enough to hand you a wrench, boy. What are you talking about? What you talking about? Odette said I had asked Jules if Eric is still blocked on her channel from yesterday. Jules, did you unblock Eric? And John says, why am I not blocked? You get a block. You get a block. You get a block. Everyone gets a block. Okay, let me go over and make Mike give Mike a wrench. Hi, Joanne.
Okay, Mike, you should have a wrench. Okay. Okay, Mike, the floor is yours. Okay, now Eric's back. Eric, I have no idea what's going on. But when somebody is timed out, it shows up in the room and it hasn't showed up. Thanks, Mike. Okay, yeah. Now Eric was I don't know if it was timed out or how over on Jules yesterday. Yeah, Dave, that's what I think. You've been spinning plates, Deb. Hi, Deb. I wish Lee would come in, but Lee may be doing something important. And Linda sees Eric now. Uh, okay. Eric couldn't be seen. I don't know what Mike did. Mike said give him a wrench and he could fix it. I don't know what he did. Oh, Lee's sleeping. Yeah, possum, possum, possum. Listen. Okay, possum. I can't. I can't. Okay, y'all give me a second. I've got to do something. Y'all give me a second. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. As a mod possum, you were going after another content creator. I told you before that Candor was not a mod. I told you that. And asked you to stop. I said more than once that Candor was not a mod and he could not have blocked Eric. And you continue. And I cannot have a mod of mine accusing someone of something they haven't done after I corrected you. Because all you're doing is you are lying the foundation to be attacked, to have me attacked, to have people in this chat think what you're saying is true, or anybody that comes on and is watching this. There's like 69 people here, and I've already told you it should have just I know it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay now, Ruth Ann. But I just can't have that. I expect better from my mods. And it didn't seem like it was good enough that I told you that he didn't even have a wrench in here. Y'all give me 1 second. I just, you know what, Mike? I just can't have a mod causing a lot of conflict in the chat. My focus shouldn't be on my mods. They shouldn't become the subject of the chat and what they say. Yeah, butterfly kisses. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, when something like this happens, it gets me off of kilt. It's like I don't even know where to go. It's like I don't even know where to go now. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Sometimes I think it's diversions, you know. Thank you, cup of tea. And we don't even know if it was by anyone or if maybe it was just StreamYard. I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about StreamYard. I mean, it's the only one I've really used, but I, s- I don't know if things like that can happen. So I don't know. Yeah, I need an iced tea. Oh, goodness, y'all. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, I was talking about Baltimore. Baltimore. Have y'all ever been to Baltimore? I actually been to Baltimore, and you know, from the deep South, Republican. You know, I'm a Republican. Um, Mississippi's a Republican state, uh, and I had only heard bad things about Baltimore. But the truth is, when I went to Baltimore and spent that time up there, not one person, everyone I ran into, everyone who I spoke to from the grocery store, that was the first Aldi I had ever gone to. And now Meridian has two Aldis. That was my first, and it was strange, but it was an older. I have to say, the one in Baltimore, we have new Aldis here, but the one in Baltimore, it was old, but it was the first time I had ever gone, and having to put a quarter to get a buggy was strange because we never done that down here. Um, the layout of the store, I don't know, just it was different. It was just so different. Brands I had never seen before. And I told y'all before that my mother was I mean, even now, my mother, and I am to a degree, but I have actually branched out. But my mother she was always someone that purchased brand names, and that was strange to me. But I have even bought brands from Aldi, the new Aldis that we have. I mean, they're of course they're new, but they carry the same things. But the there's a lot of things at Aldi that I actually do like. And I told y'all yesterday, I think it was, or day before yesterday, about the fried apples that come in the can. They are some of the best I've ever had. And there's so many things from Aldi that I really, really like. But anyway, that was first Aldi in Baltimore. Um, I remember going to Target, and everyone I would, run into, because people would stop me because I would talk. I would just be, and people would say, come up to me, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" As if I was a foreigner. But everyone was so kind, and I had only heard bad things from the news about Baltimore. Yeah, crime's high there. Yeah, but you know what? Crime's high in a lot of places. Crime is high here in Mississippi. But generally speaking, I really enjoyed my time there. I really did. Yeah, Aldi's is German. Yeah, and I really like it. Do I use Southern words? I don't know. I don't know, Ruthann. I just I don't know if I maybe I don't know. Dave says I just Googled it and it happens. It's called a misglitch. Thank you, Dave. But yeah. Moch says we haven't got Trader Joe's or Aldi in Canada. We did have Target for a while, but it closed. I can't believe Target closed. But you know what? I used to think we don't have a Targets here in Meridian, but we would always go down to Hattiesburg and go to the Targets in Hattiesburg. And I'm just going to be honest with you about Targets. It it's no better or worse than Walmart. I mean, I'm not so impressed by it. Because everybody was going on and on and on about Target, and it's almost as if because we didn't have one here that I was somehow supposed to be led to believe that it was so much better, and it's not much difference, to be honest with you. And going there, and then I've gone to other Targets as well. I've gone to Targets in many different states, And it's nothing special. It really isn't. And I think a lot of it has to do with, uh, when you get used to shopping certain places, you, and then when you shop someplace different, and it's because it's different. It's not because it's better or worse. It really isn't. Because when you buy something, like when you go in and you purchase your normal things, does it make it any different when you bring it home? Does it make it any difference that you got it either from Walmart or Aldi? I mean, Walmart or Target? No. When you bring home a can of Lysol spray, that Lysol spray is like Lysol spray no matter where you got it. And I think back, well, was my shopping experience much different? No, not really. I go in and I try to get out as fast as I can, and it doesn't matter what store I'm at. It's not like I live there, you know. It's not like I go there and I spend hours there. And I know there are some people that can go shopping at places and spend hours because I have to go up and down every aisle. I go in and I have things on my mind, what I'm going to get. And I go the quickest way in and I go to each area the fastest route I can, the quickest I can get out. So it doesn't matter to me what the name of the store is. Yeah, exactly what Linda says. Yeah, Target is more expensive, I think. I feel it is. Hey, Jules, what do you mean you can be naughty? You always naughty. What are you talking about? Linda Wagner, how are you doing? I don't know why I can't go up any further. But Jules, do you have Mike blocked? I don't think she would. Hi, Lady Nim. I know it has for me too, Lady Nim. I feel like I need to start over. I feel like I need to shut it down and start over. See, Moj, that's what I like. And you know what? Maybe it's just that I've gotten lazier. But used to, uh, I think I spent more time in stores. I think a lot of it had to do, like when I was young and starting out, or getting a house. How you look for things, especially like when you move or you move into a new house, or like when you're just starting out. Because you need everything. And I think that's the only reason why I spent more time in stores. And this is something I ask people, like if they want to, if somebody wants to gift me something, I say, please, you know, don't get me anything. Don't get me, because a lot of people buy stuff for your house. I tell everyone, please don't gift me anything. Just, let's just eat. We'll eat together. I'll even cook. Just come over and enjoy a meal with me. That means more to me than anything you can give me. Don't buy me anything. I don't need anything. I don't my house doesn't need anything. I don't need I don't need any personal things. I I've got more jewelry than I will ever wear in my life. I've got more perfume than I can ever wear. And things like perfume go off. I don't give me makeup. I know what I like. I like what I buy, and that's all. I don't need clothing. I don't need anything. There's not anything I need, and I want much less. I don't even want things. My want list is far less than the list of things I need. And I just tell people, save your money. If you want to give me something, give me your time. Come over. I'll cook and come over and eat with me. That's the only thing I ask is is that. Yeah, flowers are nice. They are. Yeah, Jess. I just ask people, please don't buy me any. Don't give me anything. Don't send me anything. Please don't. If you give me anything, just give me some of your time. Just give me, and it don't have to be a lot of time. Give me, come over and sit down with me and have, let me feed you. I'll feed you. Just sit down and let, tell me how you are. Tell me if there's anything different going on in your life. Um, tell me what your plans are. That means more to me. But I really pretty much always been this way. I remember my mom always saying, "You never wanted us to ever do anything for you." And I said, "Well, if we go out to lunch, I enjoy that much more than something that you go out and buy and give me." I hope it's settled, John. I hope Blockgate is settled. Dave, Dave, I would just say, look, if you brought me flowers, like I would love that. And I'm not even talking about flowers. Maybe you have to go out. Even if you had flowers in your garden and you went out and picked them, even if it was three flowers and you picked them, or picked off a magnolia, I would think more of that than, like I used to tell my husband, because he used to always come home with flowers if I would send him to the grocery store, or while, like, he would say, "Okay, I'm heading home from the restaurant. Is there anything you need?" And I might say, "Oh, could you stop, go by the store before you head home and pick up a loaf of bread or whatever?" And in grocery stores here, you would go to your produce, and then once you left your produce, you would head down by, like, a little floral, all the stores here have like florists in them. And he would always bring home flowers. Always. He would always stop and get flowers. Sometimes he would get a plant. He would see a plant that was pretty, and he would bring it home. But most time it was flowers. And he knows I like cut flowers because I like to arrange my own flowers. And he would bring flowers, and I would arrange them. And but then he realized that I was happy no matter where the flowers came from. And he would plant flowers that could be cut out of the garden. And because he could always cut flowers and bring them into me, and I would arrange them, and he knew how happy that made me. And of course, certain times of the year, he would, cut flowers from the store because, our garden wouldn't have them. But he also knew if we went someplace or he saw a magnolia tree and he could cut a magnolia out and bring it to me, how happy that would make me. Just stuff like that. Or he could go outside and cut some azaleas and bring them in, and I would arrange them. I would just be so happy. Or daffodils that came up in the spring with lily of the valley or something. I would just be tickled about it. And he used to always go get me perfume and perfume, perfume and jewel. I cannot tell you the jewelry this man has given me. And I used to wear a lot of jewelry. And my husband likes jewelry too. I'm not gonna lie. Mexican men, they love jewelry. I don't know why. They do. They do. And I say, I don't want any more jewelry. I don't want anything. You would do me more favors by not giving me anything. That would be the gift. That would be the gift. I know he always said, "You're so easy to please. You're so easy to please." And I said, "You know why? Because you know what? I always think about people, and I've always been this way. I always think of people who don't have, or who struggle, or who, and it. I guess I've always been that way. I mean, looking back, and I know I can't save the world. And I remember when, like buying book supplies and all that, and you think, well, why not get extra of everything, put together little things for kids that maybe whose parents can't. And you know what, a lot of people want to punish the kids because their parents don't buy them things for school. Why punish children for having parents who don't care? Why punish a child? I could never understand that. I knew people who would say things like, you know, you know, we went, private school was the route that we chose. Of course, everybody in in private school, they got more than enough. If you can afford private school, you're you're ahead of the game. Well, there's public schools, and in the public school, there are children who don't have even a pencil. So why punish them? And what does it hurt to go out and buy pencils and paper and crayons and glue? and take it to the school for those kids to use. What does it hurt? It don't hurt me. Why should it hurt some adult? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? That's up to their parents. We can't choose our parents. Them children didn't choose their parents. And it makes me so mad. It's like you're a grown adult and you live in this big house. And you drive that fancy car and you wear these clothes and look at the diamonds on your fingers. And you begrudge a child from getting a pack of crayons or notebooks or pencil. All because their parents didn't do it, didn't provide it, because they don't work, because they're too fucking lazy to work, and you begrudge a child. Bad. I don't know if I cut out. My phone cut off. But that's how it is, and that's how some people are. And it's like, if you got X, if you look, I've told y'all about us feeding the homeless. And I don't understand why people begrudge people. And there could be times in our lives, and because we're not guaranteed anything, you never know what will happen in your life where everything's taken away from you. And I know I have gotten people, even like homeless people, and they'll have a sign up, and I'll go to a McDonald's. Y'all, as God in heaven is my witness, I'll go to a McDonald's and I'll get like a combo. You know how they have the combo, like cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. And I'll go pull up and I'll get something. And there might be two people standing on a corner with a sign. And I'll go. And what will it cost me? What what what? $10? $10? That's nothing. And I'll go and I'll take, say, put in separate bags, please, so I can just roll down my window and hand it to them and hand them a Coke. Did that kill me? Did it kill me to do that? No, it didn't kill me. Here I am talking to you. And I have had people say, "Why would you do that? Why do you do that?" Well, maybe because it's 90 degrees out here and they're hungry, and maybe a Coke with some ice might. Well, they can go to work. Well, you don't know why they're not working. You don't know people's circumstances. I honestly sometimes I think, and I think people who have the means can sometimes be the most judgmental people there are. When you're sitting in your house with air conditioning going and you got food in your cabinets and in your refrigerator. Well, I worked for it. I worked for it. Okay, you worked for it. But do you know the people out there? Do you know their circumstances? I don't. There's one thing about being lazy and just not wanting to work, and there's a thing about people, for whatever reason, find themselves homeless. Do you think people want to live out of a backpack? And some of them don't even have backpacks. You know what they have? Walmart plastic bags they carry their stuff in. And sleeping on the ground. You think people would sleep on the ground if they had a choice between a bed and the ground? I don't know. I know, Dave. I just, I just think we need to stop blaming children for what their parents choose, and then like people who are, and I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about people who you see sleeping on sidewalks. Now I will say this: there was this man. He was getting out, holding up a sign. People stopped giving him money, and this went on. I don't know how long it went on, but people started noticing that at a certain time he would go and he would walk to this parking lot that was just across the way and get into a truck, a nice truck. He was doing that just to get money and got in a truck. And I'm not talking about an old junky truck. I'm talking about a pretty nice truck. I don't know why he did that. And this was over there on Highway 39. And people started taking pictures of him, took pictures of him in his truck. And I don't know why he did that. And then it makes people skeptical of giving money to people or buying like I did. Now, I didn't give these people money, but I did go McDonald's. And I've done that before. I'll probably do it again. I've even made like sandwiches and took tray and where I knew a big old group of homeless people were and just left it. And the trays you can get at the Dollar Tree for, they used to be $1, and it was the big old, it was plastic party tray, and piled it up with sandwiches and put plastic wrap and took it and left it. It was just a few dollars to make those sandwiches. And I could understand why people, see this guy that was all over Facebook that people put his picture. And I don't know who the guy was. I don't know why he did that. And I understand people say you can't trust anybody. You give, well, I'm talking about legitimate people who who are sleeping on the ground, y'all. Yeah, it can, Ruth Ann. And I'm not going to judge any of these people. Yes, they are, Kathy. One paycheck away. And remember last Thanksgiving? And a lot of churches are doing it, y'all. A lot of churches in our area do it. They feed the homeless. They feed, well, and you don't even have to be homeless. You can just be someone who doesn't have family or won't have a Thanksgiving meal. And it's anybody, anyone. It can be anyone can come and eat. It's for it's for the but all the homeless are invited, but it can be anyone. And I don't want to say that it's only for the homeless because yeah, it's people, older people, whose family they don't have anyone, or people that just they can't afford to do a Thanksgiving dinner because it costs a lot of money, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. To get everything you need to do it does cost money, and then a lot of time and effort. But I'm talking about like people just. I think it's a great thing just opening up, cooking for these people, whoever shows up. And what does it take? It just takes a little effort. There's so many things you can do for people. And like when you go out buying book supplies for your children to go back to school, pick up a few extra things, a few packs of crayons and pencils and paper and notebooks and glue. It, you know what? You won't miss that money if you spend $20 more on back to school supplies. I promise you're not going to miss that $20. You're not even going to miss it. And just take it and give it to the teacher and let her, because the teacher knows who has it and who doesn't. And when one of the kids go up and say, "Teacher, I need a pencil," she won't think twice about handing one. You can buy a pack of pencils. It's like 10 pencils in a pack. You can buy 10 of those packs. That'd be 100 pencils through the school year that they can use. You can buy like I think it's like 24 crayons. You can pick up 5 of those, and they can put them in a like a basket or something, and the kids, being put in the middle of the table, and the kids can share. It doesn't. I promise. If you spend $20 extra, you will not miss that $20. Oh wow, Cristobal. Shoot, I would have too. I would have said, "Give me my money back." That's a scammer. See, it's the difference between legitimate people that really need and people that scam. I don't like a scammer. Yeah, me too, Kathy. Makes me so mad. Those are the scammers, Kathy. I If somebody is legitimate in their needs, I don't mind helping. It's these scammers that do me in. Yes, Dave, it really is. It's a big cost. We don't do that here, Ruth Ann. Like when we do the Thanksgiving, that it's just they will say grace before the everyone eats before they serving, but that's all. It's not a sermon. It's just thanking God for the food, and you know that's it. There's no service. It's just anyone that wants to come can come and get a plate. And they do them to go for people that want them to go, but we encourage people to sit down, and it's just a really good thing. Yes, Jess, I agree, darling. I do. Okay. Okay, you were a good mama. I have to tell you that right now. Because you know what, Kay? That's what good mothers do. And that's what you were. And nobody can ever take that from you. Y'all, I want to get off here. All that from earlier just did me in. I can't lie to you. But I appreciate y'all all hanging out with me. I think I'm going to go in there. Oh, you know what I'm going to do today? Now, see, right now it's still sunny, but I got an alert that came up over my phone saying that we're supposed to get rain. It didn't say when, but it did say we're going to get rain. But right now, it don't look like it's going to rain. But what I want to do, uh, I'm going to make cookies today. And that's something I haven't done in a very long time. As a matter of fact, I took my eggs out this morning because it said to take the eggs out of the refrigerator. We do refrigerate our eggs in the United States. It said bring your eggs to room temperature. So I took them out this morning. So I guess I'm going to get off here and maybe go make my cookies. Cup of Tea said sorry for yesterday's chat. Cup of Tea, I don't know what happened yesterday, darling. Oh, it was just silliness. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, Mike. Listen, y'all just have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day, however you choose to spend it. You know, I'm gonna go make some cookies, and we may go fishing. And I'm hoping this afternoon the clouds will form because I think it was just too hot yesterday, even though we got up under those trees. But listen, y'all stay blessed. Y'all be well. Y'all take care. And remember, Eric's going live, so go see him. I may turn him on while I'm making my cookies. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.